Fast as lightning, sharp as a sword. Greetings, YouTube. I'm Lightning Sword, and we finally get a Fluttershy episode for Season 6. Needless to say, as a Fluttershy fan, I've been waiting for this episode for a long time. The episode where we finally get to meet the Shy Clan. We've seen the entire Apple and Pie families, we've seen the parents and siblings of Twilight and Rarity, and we at least have an idea that Rainbow Dash has a mentor, but we've seen neither hide nor hair of the Fluttershy clan. We were given a hint by the writers back in Season 5 that we'd see Fluttershy's brother soon, and it wasn't until Season 6 that we got to see his and Fluttershy's parents debut in Flutter Brutter. Yes, it's a terrible rhyme, but let's not get into that right now. Anyway, the episode was written by Dave Rapp, who, of course, wrote Newbie Dash. But you know something? I don't care. Know why? Because the story was written by longtime MLP writer and probably the best writer on the staff, Megan McCarthy, whose MLP credits include, but are not limited to, Dragonshy, Call of the Cutie, Green Isn't Your Color, Party of One, Lesson Zero, Sweet and Elite, Hearts and Hooves Day, A Canterlot Wedding, Twilight's Kingdom, Power Ponies, Princess Twilight Sparkle, The Cutie Map, and Rarity Investigates! And she hasn't even gotten to write that episode in a while. Let's jump in. Right away, we're introduced to Fluttershy's mother and father. And they're both about what I expected. Quiet, but sweet. They've made lunch for Fluttershy and Rainbow Goddamn Dash. You know, just because we have one Pegasus that the episode is based on does not mean we need the other one. Dash can do episodes on her own, and look what... Okay, point taken.
And it was super awesome of you to invite me too.
It was not. So everything's cool until Papa Shy makes the announcement. Fluttershy's kid brother, Zephyr Breeze, is coming home. Again. Not so bad, right?
Guess who's home? That's right, big sis. It's your one and only favorite little brother, moi.
Wow. I have never had so much unbridled, unadulterated loathing for someone within 5 seconds of seeing them. Is this an evil spell or something? Anyway, Zephyr's home after a stint as a main stylist, but since he's a pretentious ass, things fall flat.
When you left, you said main therapy was your calling.
Oh, it is, sis. It is. You would not believe how much stress ponies hold in their manes. Everything gets limp and unmanageable. No offense, but brushing alone won't solve the problem.
This is some kind of magnificent debauchery. This character is absolutely irredeemable right from the start. It's like what you'd get if Prince Blueblood and Rainbow Dash got freaky and had an illegitimate love child. Then you sent that child to beatnik camp and put him in a man bun. By the way, I have seen the man bun, and it is hideous. Seriously, stop that stupid shit. But rather than be Dash's progeny, she's actually the object of his unwanted affections.
Ugh.
Well, if it isn't Rainbow's the best flyer that ever was, Dash.
Oh, this ought to be good.
For once, I have to agree with you. This will be good. So Fluttershy is not happy about this arrangement and insists they cancel it, but Mom and Dad insist, sort of, that they have it covered.
And they were all like, we love your free spirit, Zeph, and it would be wrong to cage that. Go follow your dreams.
I can't tell how I feel about this whole pairing of Dash and Zephyr. While I don't like seeing characters being tormented if they haven't done anything, Rainbow Dash still has a lot of crap to make up for. A lot! And so ends the tale of Zephyr's dislike of the politics, so quote, of hairdressing.
It's all so political. I just could not take it.
Well, maybe if you stuck with it for more than a few weeks.
Oh, Fluttershy, I don't think I've seen this side of you before, but I like it. But Zephyr doesn't seem like he's leaving anytime soon.
I'm just going to assume you made up my room the way I like it, right, Mom? Oh, I almost forgot. All my stuff is out front. Want to grab that for me, Pops? Thanks.
Wow.
This guy's an asshole.
Needless to say, the situation has gotten to Fluttershy in a bad way.
I'm sorry, but I am just so peeved right now. Oh, excuse my language.
Okay. Okay. So either peeved is considered foul language in Ponyville, or this mother is way too sensitive to be raising a kid. Anyway, they explain the situation to Pinkie Pie and Applejack.
And from the look on your face, I'm guessing it's for another one of his extended stays.
She's a bit peeved.
Language.
And so the plan is for Fluttershy to act as her parents' proxy and throw the bum out so he can take care of himself. But when she goes back to the family homestead, she has even more reasons to do so. He's trashing the place!
Zephyr, Breeze!
Oh, hey, sis. Come to see me work my magic and turn this place from drab to fab, huh? Well, watch and learn.
Are you kidding with this asshole over here? What an asshole.
That's when Fluttershy stops the remodeling and puts her hoof down. No, not like that. Oh dear God, no, not like that. And the entitled little prick begins to have an episode.
Sure. I mean, I really just came back here to keep you guys company, but whatever's best for the family. There's plenty of ponies who'd love for a little breeze to blow their way.
Now you're playing the pity card? As far as worst pony goes, you're almost dead even with Rainbow Dash at this point. Back home, Flutters wonders if she did what was right.
Oh, I hope I did the right thing.
Are you kidding? 100%!
So we should just trust you with percentages all the time now? What are you, some kind of frickin' mathematician? Shut the hell up. But soon Flutters realizes that she didn't do the right thing. Because that right thing just came back to bite her right in the flutter butt.
Hey, sis! Your new room is here!
Okay, maybe like 70%.
I think you need to be about 20% surer. At least.
You know what? I totally forgot that I promised to help Pinkie Pie sprinkle something.
Ladies and gentlemen, the element of loyalty. Well, Fluttershy allows the arrangement, but with the stipulation their parents never gave.
You have to get a job.
I know, but I had to do it.
Cracking the whip, huh? You always were kind of bossy.
I berate him for more of his crappy humor, but I'm suddenly and inexplicably turned on by the thought of Fluttershy using a whip. And by tomorrow, Fluttershy has found work for the Royal Pain. And yes, Fluttershy's smugness toward him in this scene is spectacularly fulfilling. So Fluttershy has chosen assisting Rarity at the boutique.
As your next cool job!
But as soon as they leave him to his devices, the gears start turning in his little mind. And by the time the girls get back, Zephyr's Tom Sawyer maneuver is a fantastic fiasco.
Turns out the animal communication thing isn't genetic.
Zephyr, I asked you to do this job, not to pawn it off on innocent woodland creatures.
Okay, I guess you have some feelings about this, but you should know it's basically your cat's fault for walking by and giving me the idea. But I'm actually kind of into this look. So I guess what I'm saying is, you're welcome.
He is now officially dead even with Rainbow Dash and hateability. Anyway, Fluttershy then chooses Palace Window Washer.
As your next cool job!
With Spike supervising, what could possibly go wrong? They threw Gauntlet of Fire out the window again, didn't they?
Hey, I did all the work!
They threw Gauntlet of Fire out the window. Spike cleaned the window beforehand, but they did. And next from the equestrian branch of Snagajob.com, oh hey, Dash is back! I guess you're only loyal when it suits the plot. Which I've stated countless times and no one seems to want to believe me.
You don't have to come up with some excuse to hang out with me, Rainbows.
We're going to Wonderbolt's headquarters, and I am going to give you a job so simple and straightforward, not even you can weasel your way out of it. And the second you try, I'm going to zap you with a storm cloud. Got it?
Oh, I got it. I can already feel the electricity between us.
You know, after the window thing, Zephyr was officially worst pony, but this pretty much makes them neck and neck again. Could it be Dash being semi-necessarily bitchy? Could it be Zephyr annoying her so much? Either way, whichever one ends up beating the other is fine by me at this point. So back home, Fluttershy quickly learns that Zephyr set the record for shortest time employed even for him.
Rainbow Dash is crazy, okay?
I know that. So this was the final straw. Zephyr refuses to work, so Fluttershy refuses to house him, and he goes off on his own to live in the woods. Screw him, serves him right. Later on, a little birdie tells Fluttershy that Zeph has gone full castaway mode in the Everfree Forest.
Come on, sticky, sticky. Make with the sparks. What's a pony gotta do to find a decent stick around here?
You know, on the one hand, this pushes the believability of laziness to the point of unforgivable incompetence. But on the other, he's in the Everfree Forest, and he hasn't been murdered yet. That's an accomplishment in and of itself.
Fluttershy! Hey, I was just, cozying up in my sleeping bag. Ready to call it an early night.
Don't say it's noon.
It's noon.
Go to hell! So the humor quickly drains away from here, because ladies and gentlemen, this is when things get deep. Really deep.
Anything.
Zephyr, you're smart and talented. You could do anything if you just tried.
And what if I give everything I have and still fail? Honestly, I think it's better not to try at all.
But then you won't ever do anything.
I don't expect you two to understand. I mean, when have you ever failed? You've literally helped save Equestria like a dozen times.
And I was worried that I'd fail every time. Sometimes you have to do things even though you might fail.
I don't know about you guys, but this hits me hard. This is the reason Zephyr Breeze is such a self-important jerk all the time. It's all a front. He has an older sister who's a national hero, and he's afraid he can't live up to even half of that ideal. So he doesn't try, out of fear of failure. This is important, so I'll say it again. Fear of failure. I get asked all the time why I detest Rainbow Dash so much. The answers are many, but one of the most important is that she's not relatable. She's completely egocentric, and we have no idea why she acts the way she acts or pushes herself and others the way she does. Check that. No believable reason. And then we have Zephyr Breeze. I mean, yes, the guy's still a rotten character, but at least we have a reason for it. A real reason. A believable, relatable reason. Fear of failure is a fear I struggle with every day. And seeing that in one character as opposed to the other makes me lean more towards Zephyr in relatability. Don't get me wrong, he's still a douchebag. But at least I understand why. Sorry, Dash, but you've still got the top spot. Or rather, the bottom spot. And at the end of it all, Fluttershy is right. You can't let fear of failure equal out to actual failure in your head. There are decisions you have to make with your life. I mean, Fluttershy has a point. She herself was faced with impossible odds many times, but she went in anyway, failure or not. And you've seen the way she was in Season 1. She's changed, and this very episode proves it. So if she can do it, we all can. And so Zeph is willing to pull himself together and obey Fluttershy's commands to the letter. They go back home and test that promise.
Okay, you know what you have to do, right?
Beg for help, then quit when I get frustrated. Just kidding! Total opposite of that. Got it.
Wow. Tasteless humor. I used to think he was all Rainbow Dash, but I see they snuck in a bit of Starlight. Damn it, and I was just starting to kinda sorta almost not quite semi-tolerate him a bit. Maybe. And now we get something we got one episode too late. A song!
You think he can do it?
Every pony has times in their lives when their hearts are filled with doubt.
Frustration builds up inside, and it makes you wanna shout.
But if you just take that first step, the next one will appear. And you find you can walk, then run, then fly.
Fantastic! Fluttershy's voice is amazing, and my animosity towards Rainbow Dash doesn't distract me from the fact that Ashley Ball is a great singer. And the guy voicing Zephyr's not bad either. It's a lighthearted, uplifting, encouraging tune with a great message, and I really like it. And this is a guy who doesn't really get into the music of the show. Major kudos to Mr. Ingram for this one. Sometime later, Zephyr comes back home, a Maine styling school graduate. Now with a stronger resolve, Zeph is willing to take on the world. But he still needs a place to stay. The more things change, the more they stay the same. And that was Flutter Brutter, and it was phenomenal. It's like this episode was tailor-made specifically for me. The characterization, excellent. The story, excellent. Seeing Fluttershy's parents and what they do for a living, excellent. Fluttershy's new, stronger demeanor tempered with her usual kindness, excellent. The humor, excellent. The cameos, excellent. The song, excellent. The message, excellent. And even though Zephyr Breeze starts out to be a detestable piece of crap, his character arc is probably the best redemption story in the entire show. You, write this down now. He starts off in the wrong, obviously in the wrong, and way deep in the wrong. He does everything physically possible, short of a felony, to make himself hated and not worth the trouble. He goes through a forced rehabilitation that fails at every turn through all fault of his own. And when the world finally gives up on him, he hits rock bottom at the exact point he needs to, but shows a deeper side of himself that he might not have been ready to show. And when he gets up to try one last time, the writers did the impossible. They took the irredeemable and they redeemed him. This episode easily makes my top 3 for Season 6 so far, if not number 1. Everything about it just shines. It's funny, dramatic, and uplifting, all in the right places. And seeing Fluttershy being so strong, using the lessons she's learned, and acting as a mentor figure, makes me love her even more than before. And yes, I enjoyed watching Rainbow Dash squirm. That's just the cherry on the top. This episode is a must-see for all Fluttershy fans. And hell, even Dash was semi-okay in this episode. Although she's back to her usual self, it's not as bad here. Overall, I'm hoping we get to see a lot more of the clan of Shy very soon. Yes, even Zephyr Breeze. Anyway, I'll be trying to find out why Fluttershy doesn't stand up to Rainbow Dash the way she stands up to Zephyr. If you like the review, you know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff. And I'll be back with a new video soon. Until then, this is Lightning Sword. Stay quick, stay sharp, and thanks for watching. Obnoxious egotist. Hated by all. Obnoxious egotist. Loved by all. Why